Hello, welcome again. This is Siwin Yi from the Yi Real Estate Network, and my guest speaker is Maureen McCann from Spartan Invest. And today we are going to talk about something that has never happened for a long, long time in modern day history. Well, even go back to prehistoric times. And the title of this video is we are at the all-time prehistoric renters nation. Renters nation. So without further ado, the reason why I say that, Maureen, is that which is what's going on is in modern recorded history. Right now, we have more renters than ever before. Ever since I've been in the real estate consulting business for the past, I bought my first property more than 30 years ago. I've been a real estate consultant for almost 20 years, and I have never seen a market where there are more renters right now than ever before, and we can go over the reasons why. So, and the winners of this scenario are mom and pop real estate investors, right? That is, if you overcome all the negativity out there, all you need to know is how can you be the beneficiary of this amazing rental market in the country. And if you find the right market, if you find the right sub market to apply this craft, and you will become winner for the short term and long term. So, Maureen, what did you take away in terms of the historic renters nation as we go on?
I see it as a great opportunity because I have realized that living through my first and hopefully my last pandemic, that there's something that we learned as property managers during that time, 2020, really through 2022, is that people will pay for basic necessities, which is housing and food. And there is a shortage of both. So if you're on you can be on one side of the equation or the other. I choose to be, and you and I are advocates for investors to be on the side of the equation where this benefits us and our families financially. And that just means we are the smaller percentage of investors that will take action and continue to invest, even when there's some uncertainty in the market. So housing demand is at an all-time high. People need a place to live. Some of these rising interest rates are marginalizing some of the buyers now and kind of keeping them on the sidelines. So if they're going to rent for a while longer, this is one of the reasons why we're seeing such an increase in the number of renters percentage-wise across the United States. That's not changing anytime soon. So they need a place to live. We might as well be the ones providing them the house to live. They can reduce our principal payment, reduce our tax liability, and put monthly cash flow in our pockets each month. So I'm on the side of invest, because housing is a basic necessity that people need and they will pay for it.
Yes, yeah, Maureen, and my thoughts are, people need a place to live, and is a basic necessities of life. And as potential landlord that we are, and mom and pop real estate investors, and we in a good way, we need to put a nice house for renters to live in, a nice turnkey property in a good neighborhood. So we are doing our part in this society to accommodate the massive historic increase of people that cannot afford to buy right now due to the skyrocketing of the housing prices, not only in the past 2 years, but has been going on. Housing prices have increased, and the income level of people is just unable to catch up with this metrics. And so a lot of people are being squeezed out, and all over the country we're seeing skyrocketing of rents from, depending on what market, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50% rental increases in the past 2 years. This is mind-boggling. In the western region of the U.S., California and the other western hotbeds like Phoenix and Las Vegas and a few other places in the West, we have seen 10 to 20% rental increases. But in the South and Southeast, in Florida, especially in Texas, we have seen like 30, 40, 50% rental increases. So this is, I know the homes are a lot cheaper in the South and Southeast compared to the Western region. That's why this double and triple digit rental increases has occurred. And yet, and then that's what's happening. And as landlords, that we are, we're just providing a good community service by having a good potential tenant and provide them a good single family home to live in. And so until they are in a position to become a homeowner, if they want to become a homeowner. So we doing ourselves a service. I mean, I know the profit making motive is important for real estate investors, right? We all want to make money, but we have to take care of our tenants, ensure that they have a safe place to live for themselves and their family. But suffice to say, this trend of having moving forward, I mean, this is not gonna be any different. It's not gonna change. There will be more and more renters going to be renting for a long time to come. So as landlord, mom and pop investors, when you buy a property right now, the cash flow may not be all that high, but the rent I expect to increase even more in the next few years and beyond. So it's a good situation for us to be in as landlords. So cash flow will be relatively low right now, but over time things will change for the better. So what are your thoughts, Maureen?
Yeah, so I think that I like what you said, Si Wing, and I'm just going to add to it that, and you shared this article with me, which was from Migration Nation, right? That was by rent.com, and it was showing that a lot of people, and I can even tell you because I live in California, there's a lot of Californians that are cashing out, and they're moving. A lot of them are moving to Tennessee. Migration Nation, that article by rent.com showed that the in-net migration numbers were very strong for the Sun Belt area, predominantly Huntsville, Alabama, Decatur, Alabama, Athens, Alabama, where we service rentals there. Tennessee was another market they were moving to. So it's nice when you see like something that's in writing and then you're talking to your neighbors and you're finding out that they're moving to Tennessee and have done, many Californians have moved to Tennessee here recently. So you're right. We do provide a service that is much needed in the United States. And, there's a benefit to us for taking the risk of investing in a rental property, right? And renting it out to families in need. But that is something that we're really skilled at, and will continue to do so, as not only providing a service to a family who needs a quality place to live in a nice neighborhood that's safe, but then also we are, as investors, are finding ways to increase our net worth through investing in hard assets during a high inflationary time where this is, one thing that you and I talked about is just we know things are temporary, right? And we also know that this situation is temporary as well, but a lot of people are trying to figure out, a lot of investors are trying to figure out where is the best place to put my capital right now. I just had a meeting with a good friend of mine who I haven't seen in 10 years. He did really well last year in his business. And he's like, Maureen, I'm sitting on, some money and I don't know what to do with it. But he's talking to different people. And I said, absolutely, do your due diligence, figure out where it makes sense to you to put your money in. Now he happens to have a rental that he lived in. It was his primary in Buffalo, New York. He moved back to California and he's renting that out. So I just asked him how his rental property was going in New York. And so I was like, that something's work. It's tried and true for you for the over a year that you've now had this leased out to a couple of doctors living in Buffalo, New York. So he will wind up being a winner because he is doing his research, doing his due diligence. He's figuring out, I have this capital, where do I put it? And he doesn't feel safe putting it in the market. And so he's looking for tangible hard assets that can produce a yield to him. And like you said, Si Wing, when you make the initial investment now, a lot of times you look at investors will look at that just the year one cash flow, and they kind of forget the appreciation piece, the depreciation piece, the hedge against inflation, and the loan pay down benefit. They just really focus on the cash flow. And we really have to just take investors, because this is not a short-term buy and hold, it's a long-term buy and hold, right? So you look at the service you're providing, look at the cash flow, at least the projected cash flow at years 3, 5, 10, and 15, because at 3% uh, uh, rent increases year after year, that cash flow that may not be very attractive at year 1 is really attractive at year 5. And this is a long-term play that investors have to should have the mindset of going in, that it's a long-term play, and you get yourself that fixed monthly rate payment, but you get to increase that rent every year for on average 3%, in some areas more than others. I mean, Florida's on fire. My good girlfriend who lives in California, she just got her rent increased $300, from the previous year. Significant for her. That's a big deal for her. Landlord probably makes the landlord really happy, a little bit more challenging for her. But, if I had owned that property that I could bump my rent up for $300, do you think I'm a happier investor? I am, so so it does make sense at this particular time, in my opinion, that if you are searching for the best place to place your capital, that you understand. I think real estate for me has been tried and true and proven.
Absolutely, totally agree, Maureen. So there's really nothing more I need to say. So my recap is, yes, we're going through a rising, amazingly historical, once in a lifetime renters nation. I mean, more renters are renting uh, than ever before, which is very, very sad, because a lot of people's American dream are being, dampered by this, what's going on in today's real estate world. But, I mean, somebody have to provide these renters with good accommodations, and why not? Why not become an entrepreneur? Why not become a landlord? Why not become a mom and pop real estate investors? Average folks out there, wherever you live, whether you live in California or New York State, and you live in a high cost area, all you have to do is to buy out of state investment property and capture this skyrocketing of rents that we're seeing right now. Because of the lack of rentals, there are bidding wars by renters in many places in the country. And so cash flow is one component, like you said, Maureen, but there are many aspects of owning a rental property is a multi-dimensional asset class, which historically speaking has been the best performing asset class, because there are so many dimensions of it, and it's a tax favor asset. You get equity appreciation, consistent cash flow year over year, debt reduction, which your tenant gonna do all that for you. I mean, the tenant's making you rich as a landlord. Come on, I mean, what other investment vehicle you can get this, right? I mean,
It's true.
You just pay your down payment, and then the rest is gravy. Your debt service it's just amazing. I mean, it's eighth wonder of the world. However, wonder, maybe more than eighth wonder. Maybe it's just a ninth wonder of the world. Income property investing. So, landlords, you can be a mom and pop landlord. I mean, you have the ability to change your financial life, and just you can buy in a good markets, such as through Spartan Invest or through my network, in the affordable markets that are fast growing, that that more people are living into. In your area, there are U-Haul trends indicating that a lot of people are moving into the Tennessee, Alabama, Georgia submarket. See, the mainstream media are not purview to what's going on in these submarkets. They talk about the big picture nationwide aspect of real estate investing and crisis, but you and I know, Maureen, that we on the ground, we know what's going on in our local market, and real estate investing is localized. Every market is different. So if investors can find our marketplace, giving the metrics and all the great real estate trends that are going in certain submarkets such as yours, then it's a winner. It's a win-win situation. I mean, am I right?
That's true. And I like there was something that I was listening to a video recently and I wrote this one down because I liked it. Neil Bala said he said facts don't care about your feelings. Right? Facts do not care about your feelings because facts are facts, and facts are housing shortage, there's a high demand, there's rent inflation, there's there's the increase in housing pricing, there's increase in the cost of borrowing. So that just makes more room and more opportunity for those who understand the facts and don't listen to the emotions, but listen to the facts to make informed decisions. So facts don't care about your feelings, people. There's the revelation for today. But renters need a place to live, and we just provide, that service to that family. And you know what? And here's the thing: it's temporary for that renter. If they want to really do get into a position where they can buy at some point in the future, when it's more affordable to them from a housing pricing standpoint and a borrowing cost standpoint, that will happen. But they need a place to live in the interim. So why not be the landlord who's providing the property until they can realize their own American dream at some point in the future?
Yep, well said, Maureen McCann, once again from Spartan Invest, who has great turnkey property investment model in a very vast area and very fast growing Spartan Invest, because you're doing all the Alabama, and you're doing Tennessee, which is a secondary growth market. You're doing Northern Georgia and a few other places. I'm not gonna say anything about it. I know you guys have a lot of ambitious plans in other markets. we put this we put this in the back pocket, but it's a wonderful.
Well, I will let you know this. We did just start buying properties in Montgomery, Alabama. So
Oh,
we've had operations there for a while, but now we're in the process of buying properties and getting them renovated to make them available.
awesome! Wow, you guys are amazing. You guys are just continue and just go beyond everything. So awesome to hear. Yep, your company gonna dominate the turnkey investment market.
That's what you keep telling me. So I'm making whatever you say come true. You tell me things and I make them come true, Suing. That's it.
Exactly. Absolutely. All right. So with that said, just a quick recap. We as landlord investors, we need to profit from this skyrocketing of rents. The renters nation is here, and so if you want to participate in to create generational wealth through these strategies, just contact either one of us, and we'll help you guys out there. Right. Thank you so much, Maureen McCann from Spartan Invest. This is Si-Win Yi from the Yi Listen Network. Thank you for watching, and we will see you on our next video. Bye-bye.
Bye.